Maybe it's because my parents' generation is aging and they're dying. And I've been watching that generation of people in their 80s, and I've been watching their desire to remain independent, their desire to make decisions and still have agency into their old age. And it's difficult for people who are older. Things start to creep in. You're not able to do what you could do before. If you take a fall, it's oftentimes fatal, not because the fall itself was fatal, but because it starts a spiral downhill from a health perspective. And so I'm watching this generation struggle with aging, not necessarily differently than past generations, but I see with technology, especially with some of the AI combined with robotics technology, some real hope for a new kind of assisted living, if you will, that we've never seen before. Even imagine, for example, in my mom's house, she's 86 years old. Imagine if there was a carpet that I could put in her house with sensors in it that would learn using AI what her normal gait is, and then say, hey, Jan, you're limping lately. Maybe you should see the doctor about your hip. Is everything okay? And so a way for a person to remain independent, despite the fact that they are at risk, and then even for younger people with disabilities, if you think about somebody who's got some form of disability that prevents them from driving a vehicle. Maybe they're blind, maybe they have epilepsy or other impairment. And so they, at least in many countries, at least in the United States, it's very difficult to navigate without a vehicle. Not in the cities, but in where most people live, in smaller towns and suburbs. So the ability of, at some point, of having a self-driving vehicle would put freedom in the hands of folks that would otherwise not have the freedom of mobility. And when I first thought about that, I thought, well, okay, yeah, that's great if you can afford a automatic, autonomous vehicle. But the technology that we have now, that's being used for food delivery or on-demand taxis, is also the same technology that could be used for a person who can't afford a self-driving vehicle to use one when they need one, the self-driving taxi, if you will. So I think there are many areas where AI just has this tremendous potential to make life better for people who are aging, or people who are having issues that are related to disabilities.